Of all the guitars that I happen to own, I think this is the one that is most important to me because of family heritage. This is a, they called it a lap steel guitar, or Morris, when he started playing one at, what, 6 years old? They called it a Hawaiian guitar. That's what they would have called it too back in the 1940s when my uncle got this guitar. And the brand name is Cromwell, but it's actually made by Gibson. And the amplifier, which is a tube amplifier, still works. And I would love to show it to you, except that I wasn't going to bring it here today because if I cranked it up, that might be the end of the amplifier. The story that I'd like to tell you about this guitar is that it passed to my hands from my father, who had it for many years. But before that, it belonged to his brother. His brother was named Donald Foster. And this is a picture of the handsome young man right there. So he bought this back in the 1940s, and he played along with some of my dad's brothers and sisters, so my aunts and uncles, and they had a family band, and he played the Hawaiian guitar in the family band. Now, unfortunately, that was wartime, and so he was sent overseas. According to the patch on his arm in this picture, he was with the Hastings and Prince Edward Regiment first. You know the nickname for them, don't you? That's the Hasty Peas. So he was with the Hastings and Prince Edward Regiment. My understanding is that he was injured, but he didn't come home. He re-mustered with the Lanark and Renfrew Scottish Regiment, and unfortunately, I guess due to whatever the injury had been, he was assigned courier duty on a motorcycle, running notes and messages back and forth through the front lines. He was one of 60,000 Allied forces that died in Italy. 60,000. So today, when we watch the figures coming in from Ukraine, we have to remember that there's a story behind each and every one of those numbers that we see on the screen. This was the story for our family. Now, that meant that nobody else in the family played Hawaiian guitar or lap steel guitar. And the instrument ended up being in the cupboard for many years. When I received it from Dad, it was missing a string, but it was also missing the tuner attached to that string. So I thought, well, this is going to be an easy fix. What I'll do is I'll replace all the tuners because you can't get replacements for a 1940s Gibson lap steel rather. And I'll replace all the tuners and I'll replace all the strings. And then I thought, partway through that, you know what? I want to get it out of the cupboard and play it one time before I do that so that you'll hear it played with the same strings that my uncle used to use back in the 1940s. These strings are about 80 years old. They've got their own personality. This one down here does a thunk.
That's why you sound so good.
This one up here, I think I've got the right one. Sounds like I'm using a special science fiction effect on it. Very strange. They've got their own character. So they are going to be replaced. I'll put them in a plastic bag and leave them with the instrument. But before that, I thought it might be a good idea just to play a couple of tunes for you. I'm not a steel guitar player, so I'll just do my best. Note standard here, it's going to be in the key of G. Well, I'm alone to some cowboy, riding all day long, and tumbleweeds around me sing their lonely song, and nights underneath the clear moon, I ride along and sing a tune, see them tumbling down, pledging their life to the ground. Only the free I'll be found, drift along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. Cares of the past are behind. Know where to go, but drift along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. Thank you. Also happens to be my 22nd anniversary today. And I'll have to sing a song for my wife. Look at us after all these years together. Look at us after all that we've been through. Look at us still leaning on each other. If you want to see how true love should be, then just look at us. And look at you, still pretty as a picture. Look at me, still crazy over you. Look at us, still believing forever. If you want to see how true love should be, just look at us. In 100 years from now, I'll know without. They'll all look back and wonder how we made it all work out. And chances are that we'll go down in history when they want to see how true love should be. They'll just look at us. Chances are that we'll go down in history when they want to see how true love should be. They'll just look at us. Thank you. Method is one of John Prine's songs. Actually, there's something I should show you just before that. It's right here. This is a bit of a surprise when I checked something out this morning. I have relatives, Linda and Alan Barlow, and a while ago they gave me a bugle. This one. And they asked me if I could play it. The answer is potentially. I played trumpet for 5 years in high school, but at my age, your lips have gone, so I would have to work them back up again to get this thing working. And so it's potential use, but the surprise this morning was when I was getting ready to tell you about Uncle Don and his guitar, I checked to see where the Hastings Prince Edward Regiment had been. And it said that in the 1940s it was incorporated into the 16th Battalion. On the base of this bugle, we've got XVI, 16th Battalion. So he could have woken up to this. Probably did more times than he wanted to. Oh, Bruce says it's the first instrument he ever played. Can you play it now? No? Okay. Yeah, I was about 13 when I played it too. Okay, one of John Prine's songs. I've been down this road every single blade of grass holds a special place for me. I remember every town and every hotel room and every song I ever sang on a guitar out of tune. I remember everything, things I can't forget. The way you turned and smiled at me on the night that we first met. I remember every night your ocean eyes were green. How I miss you in the morning light, like the roses used to do. I've been down this road before, alone as I can be, careful not to let my past go sneaking up on me. Got no future in my happiness, no regrets are very few. Sometimes a little tenderness was the best that I could do. And I remember everything, things I can't forget. Swim and pulls up butterflies and slip right through the net. And I remember every night your ocean eyes are blue. How I miss you in the moonlight, like the roses used to do. How I miss you in the moonlight, like the roses used to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bob. Your guitar sounded great. Really nice sound. Something to cherish, that's for sure.